We have won, guys. Gary Gensler submits his resignation. It's a beautiful, great day, and I'll give you the details what the industry is saying, including Elon Musk. And guys, the SEC takes a major loss with the dealer rule, and this is a huge victory for the crypto industry. And Bitcoin is near $100,000, and XRP is pumping. And guess what? Charles Schwab is ready to jump all in on crypto. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, incredible day. Bitcoin today touched $99,000. Right now it's at 98,765,000. Maybe it goes for 100,000 tonight. We shall see. But the bull market continues. Things are looking very bullish. And XRP is breaking out on the charts. It is currently at $1.36, looking very bullish. And that's not because I hold the token. Just look at the charts. Look at what's happening with the altcoins. This is a very strong breakout. Here's what different analysts are saying. First, Crypto Wizard says XRP bull run targets. XRP has broken out of the 6+ year macro structure. The bull run has begun. Targets are $2.70, $4.50, and $8. And he highlighted those different phases. Now, no guarantees, right? We are talking probabilities here. We're not saying this is a certainty, but there is a high probability of this playing out. You're seeing XRP being a leader in this bull market cycle versus a laggard. And we're seeing a lot of liquidities going into it. And you have the narrative with the SEC, Gensler going out, the XRP ETFs, and much more, RLUSD stablecoin. There's more developer activity on the XRP ledger. So things are looking very good for XRP and the entire altcoin market, guys. Here's what Credible Crypto had to say. I had him on the podcast not too long ago, of course. He said on the USD pairing, XRP monthly RSI is about to enter overbought territory for the first time in 3 years. This is bullish as F. Contrary to popular belief, the higher the RSI goes, the stronger the momentum and the more bullish a coin is, absent of bearish divergence. And like every other form of technical analysis, and the higher the time frame this is on, the more significant it is. The next target is $2, and after that, we go for a new all-time high. Exciting times. Now, this is just the chart analysis, right? So this is not hopes and dreams or emotions, guys. I often tell you guys, keep those emotions at the door. Keep the conspiracy theories and nonsense at the door. Let's look at the charts. Let's look at the data. The data is telling us a story that this thing is looking very bullish. So I'm excited not only for XRP, but for the entire altcoin market. We've often talked about how this market moves in phases. A lot of liquidity comes through Bitcoin. A lot of that liquidity then trickles down to the altcoins. And we're seeing Ethereum is finally waking up. It has been underperforming this cycle, but I'm an ETH token holder, but I think that it will perform well, maybe not as well as Solana, right? But it will move. And there's an Ethereum ETF out there. And look, if Uncle Larry Fink at BlackRock issued an Ethereum ETF, do you think he's going to sit by and watch it underperform? No, my friends. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. So we will see this thing move. Solana is ripping right now. It's at $257, but XRP up. It's up just over 66% over the past 7 days. So a clear leader among all the altcoins here, at least in the top 20. Now you may have meme coins that were launched last night or number 750 on the market cap list, altcoin that is ripping. But we're talking about the battle tested altcoins, right? That have been here. You know, there's a clear use case. There's people building, there's developers, there's a community, all that stuff. So things are looking so bullish, guys. And here's something very interesting. Elon this morning tweeted out, GM, friends. I think Elon is about to do something with crypto. He's setting the stage here. We know he's been doing stuff with Dogecoin. I don't think the acronym for the Department of Government Efficiency is a coincidence that it's in line with Doge. I think Elon did that on purpose. He's the one involved with it, right? So guys, Elon, I think, is about to do something. And we know Trump is pro-crypto. We know the most pro-crypto Congress is coming in. And of course, today we got the big news. Gary Gensler issued his resignation notice, putting out a tweet as well as a full article right up on the SEC's website. Of course, trying to cover his tracks that, oh, I did an amazing job. You know, everything was perfect in my tenure, right? all bullshit. We know this guy is a scumbag regulator. He was not operating in good faith, and good riddance. Get the hell out of the SEC. We need somebody who's going to bring the SEC back to a place of being respected again, being trusted again, and not seen as a rogue agency breaking the law. And yes, they have broken the law and they have lied to the judges. They've gotten sanctioned. They got called arbitrary and capricious. And we're going to talk about a major loss they took today as well. But this guy has run the SEC into the ground, and it was clear he was doing the bidding of his TradFi puppet masters who wanted to slow this asset class and technology down so they can come in and take over. Guys, I've often talked about it, the two things happening in parallel. How can BlackRock and all of Wall Street come in and tokenize and launch ETFs? They don't get Wells notices, they don't get lawsuits, but the crypto startups do, right? The NFT projects do, because the point is these Wall Street firms don't like the money leaving their investment funds, their pockets, and you being able to invest directly into the protocol. They hate that because they've been the gatekeepers of it for so long. So that was the agenda. Now, I love what former SEC official Teresa Goody Gulen had to say, and she's actually a candidate who's in the running for the SEC chair position. She tweeted out today after the Gensler announcement, "Make the SEC great again. Make crypto great again. Under President Trump, transformative change starts on day one. SEC must restore trust, engage with industry, and end regulation by enforcement. It's time to knock down needless obstacles, remove burdens, clarify crypto rules, and promote innovation, protect investors and our place on the world financial stage, bring crypto back to the United States." Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a statement. This is from a former SEC official, folks. This is not some random Joe Schmo or YouTuber like myself. This is someone who's in the running for the SEC chair job. She doesn't have to say this, but everybody recognizes what's been going on. And the courts have been scolding the SEC and calling them out on their hypocrisy and lies and much more. It's a mess. And here, guys, today, the SEC took a massive loss. This is a big one. So they lost on the dealer rule. So Kristen Smith of the Blockchain Association said the crypto industry notched a great victory against the SEC's enforcement campaign today. The dealer rule is dead. She says, thanks to a challenge brought against the commission by the Blockchain Association and the Crypto Freedom Alliance of Texas, the District Court of the Northern District of Texas ruled that the SEC exceeded its statutory authority. This is amazing, guys. She said, a big shout out to the Blockchain Association's head of legal, Marissa Koppel. You guys know I've had Marissa on multiple times. I've had Ron Hammond on multiple times. I'll actually be interviewing another representative from the Blockchain Association tomorrow to talk about this news and Gensler's resignation as well. So great job by the Blockchain Association. Huge victory here, guys. And the courts also just scolding the SEC. Here, Bill Hughes, who I've had on the podcast, he's from Consensus. He says, huge victory for crypto over the SEC. The SEC's finalized dealer rule runs afoul of the Exchange Act's text when defining inter alia dealer. Just because you trade a lot doesn't mean you are trading as a regular business, making you a dealer. You need to do more than simply affect market liquidity. You must be a market intermediary, buying and selling from and to customers as a regular service. And the SEC's dealer rule departs from this. It destroys the trader/dealer distinction. The rule is vacated. Translation, check your feet, Gary. You dropped a big L. Congrats to the Crypto Freedom Alliance and to all who contributed to this court victory. Guys, history is not going to look at Gary's tenure very well, because we have the internet and everything lives on the internet. It's documented. We got social media, we got YouTube videos. So it's not just mainstream media controlling the narrative, right? We got decentralized media. So Gensler, what a shame. What a disaster. Good riddance. Get the F out. And guys, great day. Great day, right? Brighter times are ahead. Like I said earlier, pro-crypto president coming in, Donald Trump, of course, the most pro-crypto Congress ever coming in. We got a bill that passed out of the House this year with bipartisan support, and it looks like it's going to make its way through the Senate very soon, if not in the lame duck in 2025 for sure. The bull market's heating up. Wall Street, everybody's here. I love what Paul Grewal had to say regarding this loss. He said, a rulemaking ruling, yet another court holds that the SEC was arbitrary and capricious. Yet another court holds that the SEC defied Congress's will. yet another court holds the SEC violated the law. How are you a government agency that is supposed to protect investors that uses taxpayer money? You are supposed to uphold the law. You're supposed to be the police going after bad actors, but you're breaking the law yourself? What a shame. What a black stain. I mean, an unmitigated disaster. Gary Gensler is a clown, a buffoon, and so is Elizabeth Warren, who empowered him. But guys, it's over. We won. We have won. You should feel really great this day, guys, because if you held through the Ripple lawsuit and all the lawsuits against Coinbase and much more, Kraken, and all the nonsense that Gary did over the years, we've won. And a lot of these lawsuits that are non-fraud now will be dropped, I think, with the new SEC chair. They're going to be come to a resolution, and we're going to see this market and this asset class take over. Guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo. BitGo is one of the top crypto custodians in the market. They're headed up by Mike Belshi, who's a Web 1.0 and 2.0 legend. BitGo works with many big clients in the crypto industry, such as exchanges like Bitstamp Exchange, crypto projects like Sui, hedge funds like Pantera Capital, that's Dan Moorhead, 21 Shares. They issue Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, so BitGo custodies those respective funds. And guys, they have a lot of great services such as wallet services and more. They even have a retail self-custody wallet that you can use. It's pretty great. So if you'd like to learn more about BitGo, go to bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. Guys, check this news out. My OG subscribers, what have I been saying for years? Charles Schwab, E-Trade, all of these guys would capitulate. I said stock exchanges would list crypto. I said banks would offer crypto and much more. I don't want to say I told you so, but these things are coming to fruition, right? Because I saw the technology and the application and the disruption it was causing, and that eventually all these folks would be forced to capitulate. It's incredible what is taking place. And here today, Bloomberg is reporting that Charles Schwab is looking to launch spot crypto trading once regulations change. But I think the most incredible news from this article is that the CEO of Charles Schwab, Rick Wurster, he said he feels silly for not buying crypto. They're all going to capitulate. Even Vanguard, which, I feel like Vanguard, they screwed up big time, and no wonder they fired their CEO. Imagine the amount of fees they would be collecting right now. They will capitulate. They will all capitulate. All the naysayers will bend the knee because this technology is here to stay. Disruptive technology always wins. No matter what roadblocks or delays people try to put up, disruptive technology always wins. Go look throughout history. Now, they may slow us down, right? We've talked about the phases. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Folks, I would have to say, are in the then you win phase. Incredible stuff. Let me give you some more details from this interview with the CEO. So financial services giant Charles Schwab has plans to directly offer crypto investments to its clients, President and incoming CEO Rick Wurster told Yahoo Finance in an interview on Thursday. Wurster, who will step into the new role on January 1st, said the clients of the bank have already been very active in the crypto space through vehicles like exchange-traded funds or ETFs, futures and closed-ended funds, and have done well with those. But the bank wants to take a step further. Here's a quote: "We also would like to directly offer crypto." What a statement. We've been waiting on a change in the regulatory environment, and we're confident that we think that will come in short order. So it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. The regulations, like I said earlier, are being worked on. I think part of the problem that's hindering a lot of these guys is the SEC SOB 121 rule, which is a bullshit rule. But we know that is going to get kicked out. Both Democrats and Republicans voted to repeal it in the House and the Senate. It's only that Elizabeth Warren called up Biden and said veto it, because Biden didn't know anything about crypto, right? Biden never said one word about crypto. And once again, I'm not hating on Biden or Democrats. I'm just calling it like it is. I'm an independent. So I like to say that I come from a neutral standpoint. I don't have a dog in the fight, so to speak. I picked a candidate who I think is best. Do I have certain principles that I like? Of course, but I agree with Democrats on certain things. I agree with Republicans on certain things. Um, and I honestly, based on what I've heard from DC and people who have told me in off the record about what's going on, uh, Elizabeth Warren was pulling the strings, and that's because she cut that deal with Biden, and Biden pretty much is just following her lead on it. But she screwed the Democrats big time, an all-time epic failure. But guys, we have won. We have won. Look at the capitulation that's taking place. Now, final news item here. Eleanor Terrett is reporting that crypto dad Chris Giancarlo, former CFTC chairman, who I've had on the podcast like 6 times, who is heading up the digital dollar project, he could potentially be that crypto czar or the Whitehouse crypto advisor role that we reported on yesterday. So he would be awesome. I mean, amazing. He absolutely gets the technology. He's not some extremist or whatever. He's a very balanced, very smart guy, and he understands this asset class. So talk about winning, guys. Talk about winning. He would be perfect. I mean, just perfect for that role. I don't think he wants the SEC role. He clearly tweeted out that I think a couple of weeks ago that he doesn't want to clean up Gary Gensler's mess. But he would be amazing, and I hope he gets it. He deserves it for sure. Guys, that's the news. What a great day. What a beautiful day. I hope you're feeling great. The markets are moving. Gensler is getting the hell out. Big Wall Street firms are capitulating to an asset class that you front ran them on. Think about that. If you have been buying dollar cost averaging over the years, being patient, you are on the side of smart money. You front ran a lot of these folks, and now they're here trying to catch up. Pat yourself on the back because it takes guts to do what you did. It takes conviction and it takes some sacrifice to educate yourself, to learn about the asset class, and to go against the naysayers and the mainstream headlines and much more. Guys, your patience will be rewarded. So exciting times. Folks, a great way you can support me is by subscribing to my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. Check out the link in the description. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy yourself a copy. Buy a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. Give it as a gift this holiday. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review on Amazon. It will help out my rankings. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.